Next up, we go to Gary in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Is it a ghost story, Gary, or just something else?
George, I want to give you a shout-out here from Pennsylvania. I really enjoyed your show last night, and the information you gave me, I heard earlier about the UN troops and all this stuff in this country, and I thought my friend was nuts. And when do you think the American people are going to say no to the federal government and no more tea parties or whatever it is, go to arms?
No, I don't think we're that close to arms. I don't think we're pushed to that extreme yet. I'll put yet. If they try to take the guns away, then I think we have a problem. But for now, I think people are going to go through the system, as frustrating as it is.
What about martial law if some kind of...
That could be a problem. If martial law is enacted and put in place, you may have some people uprise over that. I want to comment just a little bit on the General Stanley McChrystal situation, which I did not talk about because mainstream is doing it all the time. But I want to give it my perspective from a guy who's been in the military for 9 years. Regardless of how you feel about President Obama's handling of matters over his tenure so far, it's not the issue. The issue is that the military never should publicly question the commander-in-chief. He was elected by the majority of the American people. If it ever gets to the point where the military is allowed to dictate terms, we'll have what we had in that old black and white movie, The 7 Days of May, where the military tries to take over. And I'm not saying General Stanley McChrystal would have ever done that, but you cannot have any military commander question your commander-in-chief. You just can't. Those are done behind closed doors, and you scream and you yell, but you know what? The buck's got to stop somewhere, as Harry Truman once said. And as painful as it is, this Afghanistan situation is a disaster, and having to change commanders there at this point is very unfortunate. But, you know, in this particular case, President Obama did what he had to do as the commander-in-chief and the president of this country. You just can't have the military doing that or saying that or stepping out of line. Never. That's my take, and that's all I'll talk about. Eagle, Wisconsin, we go. First-time caller. Tom, it's your turn. Go ahead, Tom.
Hi, George. It's nice to talk to you.
Good. Good to have you with us.
Indeed. I actually lived through the tornado that you reported on last night.
Those 125-plus homes that got wiped out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
They just barely missed me.
Did you see it?
I didn't see a funnel cloud, but I did see this weird, almost like strobe light effect outside.
It gets kind of it gets kind of greenish, doesn't it?
Well, it was really dark, so it was hard to say what color it would be. But it was like lightning, but it was just going so fast, it was like a strobe light. But here's the weird thing that I wanted to talk to you about. The police here have instituted a bit of martial law since the tornado. There have been rumors, completely unsubstantiated, about looting going on. And so they've closed off the highways.
Oh, no.
They're barricaded. There are police everywhere, police from other counties, and it's all organized by some SWAT team commander from a different county.
Oh, my God. Tom, how bad is it out there?
It's just really strange. And everyone who wants to be able to get in or out of town has to register with the village hall and get an armband.
An armband?
The strangest thing. Yeah. And it's just, I do not hear about this in the mainstream media, but it's going on.
Well, let me ask you, is the looting that bad? Is it out of control?
There's no looting. They tell that to the media, but there's no looting going on.
This is weird.
There was, now, the tornado, or another tornado, I'm not really sure. There was one that hit in Muskego, which is several miles further up the interstate. And there were reports of looting going on there that, people had been arrested for it.
Is he doing this as a precaution, maybe?
I don't know. It could be. On the one hand, I kind of feel like the police are looking for an excuse to play hurricane disaster because they've got nothing better to do. But on the other hand, I'm kind of torn. I mean, I do feel like maybe they're trying to keep us safe, but on the other hand, I've heard people on your program talk about the dangers of or the possibility of martial law being instituted in the case of a one world government taking over or something like that. And I never would have believed it if I hadn't seen it myself. And this seems like a real hardcore example, like right in my face. And I can't deny it.
Yeah, well, that's true. This is a strange situation, though. I would guess, though, they're probably trying to avoid a problem. Most law enforcement officers that I know are out there to try to protect and defend and everything else. So I don't think there would be anything strange going on there. As far as the armbands are concerned, they're probably doing it as identification. That's kind of weird, I'll tell you.